Hey everyone, welcome to next episode with Ryan Voll here. So Friday, after the vlog I did, I told you guys I was thinking about going out. So I went out and saw Black Panther. My personal view, it was a mediocre film. It was no better than most of the Marvel movies. I enjoyed them. I'll probably buy it, but it wasn't the best movie ever or anything like the media is trying to make it out to be. I really disliked the Nazism in it. The portrayal. Basically, the villain is like, well, first of all, the whole culture does this symbol across their arms to their king, and I'm not talking about just the military saluting them. It's also the non-military members is saluting him. So it's a very reminder of during the Nazis when everyone, including the civilians, saluted Hitler every time he went by. This was what happens in this kingdom of Wakanda. Everyone salutes, and not just the military members. It's the leaders of every tribe does the salute, plus the followers of that tribe, and then the military does it. So that was very Nazism to me. And then the villain, the supposed villain in this movie, which the media and a lot of people on Twitter and everything are praising, that his plans for when he took over the country were legit ideas and good ones. Sure, Mein Kampf was a good plan too, wasn't it, people? Like, seriously, did you not hear the part where he literally said it's the time for us to rise up and eradicate everyone, take over the world? Like, that was exactly what Hitler had planned, was for the white people to be the only race on planet Earth. And here in this movie, it's the oppression of black people has gone too long in America. Well, for one, oppression in America is gone. There's still issues with poverty, but that's not oppression, that's poverty. There's a difference between being oppressed and living in poverty. So that was totally stupid in the movie, but him also wanting to eradicate all the other races besides the black race was a little too much Hitler style. So I don't understand how everyone's praising the villain in this movie and not realizing he's a replica of a real life villain that we teach our children, saying he was one of the three antichrists and that are to come, or the Christian people do, and that he was so evil that we can't let that happen again. And yet we praise a movie that praises the ideology of what Hitler had, except for it's for blacks. So it's basically feeding on this whole idea that blacks can't be racist, which is so bullshit, but that's what the social justice warriors in this world want you to believe, is only white people can be racist. I'm sorry, but every race can be racist. And so that movie to me was, part of it was really racist. Wanting to eradicate all the other races in the world and such. I don't know. I only give it a 3 out of 5. It wasn't a great movie. For a superhero movie, there wasn't a whole lot of action. There were scenes that really, when you think back on the whole storyline, didn't even need to be in there. Like, it just made literally no sense. It just seemed like it was extra scenes to try to have some action scenes, but really it wasn't that good. And then we have a superhero that loses to the villain easily. Like, first of all, when he's becoming king, he almost loses to the first person that challenges him for sitting on the throne, and then he literally loses to his cousin who challenges him, who is the evil person, and people want him to, the loser, to still be the Black Panther. And it's like going against the entire system of how your country works, which is assword in my opinion. It's backwards. Like, who still does these barbaric 20th century BC rituals to become king? You have to fight to be the next king, like, and win. It was just, and they're supposed to be more technologically advanced than the rest of the world, this fictional country, but their rituals are still 4,000 years old. It's like their political system is 4,000 years old, yet their technology is 100 to 200 years advanced of the rest of the country or world. It wasn't, to me, it wasn't a great movie. It was enjoyable to some extent, but it wasn't the greatest movie ever. It will probably be part of my Marvel set because it's got a story. I'm hoping it's got a storyline tied up into the rest of the movies. I just don't know. We'll have to see how it ties in. It might end up being a movie that's skippable, that you can just go from Civil War to Infinity War without having to watch the Black Panther. Whereas Thor, you kind of need to watch, because we see in one of the previous films, Hulk just takes off, and in one of the airplanes. So in Thor, it kind of tells us where the Hulk ended up, and then they come back, and so that ties up some loose ends from other movies. So if there's nothing between Civil War and Thor, because Thor has nothing to do with Black Panther. So the last time we saw Black Panther is, and first and only time we saw Black Panther was in Civil War. And if there's nothing between Civil War and Infinity War that ties the Black Panther movie into it all, then I might not even buy it, because it just didn't seem like it's part of the Marvel world. It seemed like it was kind of on its own and had no storyline to go with, to be attached. So we gotta see if Civil War's or Infinity War is going to blend it in or not. So yeah, it's definitely not my favorite of the Marvel movies. So we'll have to see. And then Saturday, I kind of relaxed, caught up on some TV shows and YouTube, and then I watched the movie Gifted, which is about this custody battle between this uncle and the grandmother over this girl that's gifted, is very smart, intellectually gifted. It's probably a year old or so, but this was the first time I watched it. I thought it was really good. It was definitely better than Black Panther in my opinion. But maybe I like different, but maybe that's because I have a different opinion on movies, I don't know. And then Sunday was a relaxing day, and I continued to read from my book called that I've been reading, which is a Feast for Crows by George R.R. Martin. It's the fourth book in the Song of Fire Chronicles, or Game of Thrones series, if you don't know what the Song of Ice and Fire is. So yeah, I still near the beginning of it. I'm about 100 to 200 pages in, somewhere in there, and I'm really enjoying it. It's starting to turn a different way than the other previous books. We're getting more from different characters, which is very interesting. I just finished where during the wedding of Tommen to Marjorie, and so it's a pretty interesting book. And then there's some stuff that didn't even happen in the show. I don't even think the show showed a wedding between the two, whereas the book has the wedding, even though he's like 9 or 10, something like that. And the character of Tommen, and then I know the show did not show that they burnt down the Tower of the Hand, which the book does in it. So it's quite interesting book so far. Very long, so it's going to take me a while to read it. And so yeah, that's about what's happening for me. As for everything else, I don't know. I think I'll probably continue reading today, and I'll be getting stuff ready for my trip on Thursday. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm a little nervous too about doing that, but I'm feeling more confident because I managed to go skiing, and I managed to go to the opening of a brand new movie, the opening weekend of a movie on Friday. So Thursday and Friday really helped me by getting out there, and I feel like I'm more prepared for this trip. Mind you, I've already told you, and I've always said to many people that traveling is different for me. It's like getting away from all my problems. It's easier for me to get out the door, to go on an adventure to another country than it is to go shopping. And skiing and seeing a movie might have been just the same kind of thing, where it was like, oh, on the ski hill I'm just by myself doing my own thing. I can listen to music while I'm going down the hill. Mind you, I forgot to take earbuds with me, so I didn't have anything, but I was just there focusing on trying to relearn how to ski. And then Friday, luckily it wasn't a packed theater. Mind you, I went for the 4:15 movie, and the non-3D. I don't do 3D very often because it gives me a migraine, so I tend to go for non-3D movies, and so I think that helped make sure no one was sitting right beside me. There was lots of seats still available. It just made it a little bit easier, but it had a lot more people there than I was originally expecting for to be at an early show and being non-3D. So, but anyways, I enjoyed it, even though it's not my favorite of the films, but I managed to have no anxiety, and then I'm just taking the weekend, or I just took the weekend to relax. And well, I guess it still is the weekend because today is family day. But I keep forgetting about it. I don't do anything for family day. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, hi, I'm Ryan. Please subscribe, and I want to say thank you to my subscribers right now, because we have hit 25 subscribers. I know that's not a lot, but to me that's a big deal, because in the past I've tried to do a YouTube channel before, such as a gaming one, and I've never been able to get past 5 subscribers. So having 25 is really good for me, especially when it hasn't even been a month yet. So thank you for subscribing, and I hope if this is your first time watching, I hope you subscribe as well, and hit that notification bell, because I put out content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday about how things are going in my life and what I'm doing. And so I don't want you to miss one. And if you did, there should be a link up here on the last one if you missed it. And I hope you have a great day. And for those of you that are in Ontario, have a great family day. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Take care.